Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's it going? And you're totally welcome to lurk, Taryn. I have no issues whatsoever with that. All lurkers welcome. Ooh, today is it? How many hours until you go? Oh, you'll be fine. I know that the nerves aren't gonna listen to that, but you're good at what you do, bud, so I've got full faith they will be well and truly blessed to have you. You fly back same night, or what's the situation there? I've loved that they're paid for both there and back again. They're obviously a company with a little cash to throw around. Oh, so I did move Terraria to an SSD. It has improved those big lag spikes, but it hasn't solved them. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Maybe just some optimization that the 64 dev needs to do. Oh, 2 web slingers. Right then. I did some between work because I just felt like playing some more Terraria in my off time on the weekend, and I got myself the next set of armor for the Mystic, although I'm not using a Mystic's weapon at the moment. I'm using a gun because I ended up putting my mushroom staff on an altar and the mushroom staff was shattered. So there is that. Rest in pieces, mushroom staff, indeed. But yeah, I used it as an excuse to maybe take a look at some other stuff that's going on in the mod pack. Oh, speaking of which, do exclamation T mods. I have commands now. I'm so fancy. Something something real streamer something something. So yeah, that provides a spreadsheet, or a Google Sheets, same deal, that tells you every mod that's in the pack and their version. I was thinking about putting links in there, but there's no point in putting links in there actually. Wow, that all happened at once. Right, exactly. Yep, there's no point in doing it because that's all on T-Mold Loader anyway. Oh yeah, and this is the low rent district of this playthrough. Already got a lot of NPCs because of how many mods there are. We've got a squire, we've got a zombie, we've got the merchant, the nurse, Anubis, who's a storyteller, painter, another storyteller from another mod, expeditions lady, thaumaturgy lady, as called lady, thaumaturgy guy called Azanor, wink wink nudge nudge, dye merchant, mutant, chef, gambler, cobbler? Yeah, cobbler, deviant, and arms dealer. And then upstairs, because I haven't moved them downstairs, even though I probably should. Well, there's Guide. I'm going to leave Guide in his house. We've got Party Girl and Demolitionist, so I'm actually going to move them now so they're not in that house. Demolitionist, you can go there, and Party Girl there. I want these stars. Oh, who was that? Ah, Anubis. It kind of makes sense. Anubis is a god. Right, I thought I... I had a bunch of enchanted shards. I don't know what's happened to them. Yes. I'm hungry for fallen stars because I can make arcane stones from the get out of the way, bunny. Oh, I've also got bags now. Because inventory space is at a premium. Also, my inventory system is getting out of hand. Got problems. It's only barely staying ordered in some sort of way. Monster skull. Vanity item. This one? It was this. Why is the toy slime mask in my hand? Excuse me. Right, and then all needs to go up here. Oh, Thorns potion, and then ooh. Good. also made some druid armor to see what that class is like. It's weird. Certainly weird. Mostly because I think the early stuff is just kind of weird. Oh, and I made myself a better summon. Shoots lasers. It's good like that. I actually made a few summon friends to see what they were like. This is the one I stopped on. There's a tiny zombie. There's one which was just chaos incarnate, and I was just like, no, not happening. We're not using that one. Called a fluffy slime baby or something like that. Oh, there's one of those spikes. Me. I've kind of been on the hunt for gold. Axle? A tooth axle. A pickaxe. Worse than my one, but... Alright. Dagger tooth. Increased mining speed. Tooth charm. Digger tooth. Oh, digger tooth, not dagger tooth. Dune splicer tooth. Alright, well, it's a lot of mining speed. We're kind of at that point where I need to fight Cthulhu's Eye, because I'd like to get the goblin, and I can't get the goblin until we've fought Cthulhu. Sunblossom leaf seeds. Yeah, this gun is incredibly, insanely huge, especially for this point in the game. It's pretty ridiculous. Today will be a cold day. Good to know. I believe this is where we died. There's so much gold over there. I want it. I want these gems more. Topaz, nice. Diamond would be better. That means we could get our magical storage system underway, which I desperately need. When you have this many mods, there's so many different like individual items to keep track of. I can't see anything going on. A Rorax, you say? Also a material? Is it better than this one? Nope. But it is part of this Statagel enchantment. Trying to make some progress downward in these caves so that I can get to an area which is more likely to have diamonds. Traveling merchant. It didn't take so long to get down here in the first place. I would go and see what they had for sale. Only another couple of thousand, you're right. What am I complaining about? I do have all my potion stones on me though. In this bag. I could have Night Owl on, I could have Shine on. Those might be diamonds actually. They could also be sapphires, but they might be diamonds. And you are bad and evil and should stay the heck away from me. No. Evil, die. Right. Got the metal detector, that's good. Element of death, element of darkness. Star sapphires. Okay. Kinda hard to tell when everything's like bathed in this yellow, but I'd rather have Spelunker than not. Don't you drop boulders on me, you jerk. Actually, there is a way I could check. I do have a mod for this. At Sapphire. Okay. Exactly. Who wouldn't want permanent ore X-ray? Takes out all the searching from the searching. New music. And this music isn't stupidly loud. That's cool. Extremely high bar, I know. Can you back off, Earth and Slime? Oh, should I be playing Forgecraft? Oh ho. Maybe we switch what we're doing here. Plants of Hell. Oh, this is like blue obsidian? And I can mine that. Get out of here, flare gun. Elder Lily. Music box. Whoa. Roots of ice can be placed. Yeah, very pretty. Well, if I should be forging crafts, maybe that's what I ought to do. So let's jump out of here. I am going to put you on just setting up, but I will be in the background because there will probably be some sensitive information and stuff that I need to look at. Okay. Oh good, we're still using server pack locator. Oh, I found out by the way, Taryn. The goal thing isn't gonna work unless it's like a full CSS from top to bottom. Because the CSS you gave me makes the thing just kind of not appear. It like disappears. So what I think is happening is it's just an open CSS code sheet. And you put whatever the heck you want in there. It doesn't have to be a bit goal thing or whatever. Right, so got to install that. Add focus. Oh, old school Forge. Eh, eh, eh. It could be less intrusive. That's just me though. Start Minecraft via the normal launcher. Where is the normal launcher? It's been so long since I've used the normal Minecraft launcher that I cannot remember where it is. Yeah, well, one of them's there. Hey, Sci-Fi. Forgecraft. Oh, I hate this. Minecraft has a like you can choose your own game directory, but the when you browse for it, there's no way to enter like a folder address. It's awful. Server data in there. Getting there. Getting there. Minecraft details. Password book out. Yes, I keep a manual book of my passwords. Exactly, Taryn. Ironically, one of the safest things you can do now. I even played on that whole safety thing by actually having the book. On the front of the book, I got a biro pen, and on the front of the book I've written code words. Across the spine I've written "Get wrecked, noob," and on the inside page it says literally a book full of passwords. Right, rest of the instructions. Once full started, close MC, did that. Make a folder called server mods. Did. Click into it and submit the server request CSR found in the blah chat room. Huh? Ah. And then I wait. The bot will deliver unto me goodness. Seems to be how this works. Yep, there it is. This file. Place that with that. And save. And close. And play. We should be good to go. Alright. Let's did this. And then I can actually change my Twitch details to say that I'm actually playing Minecraft. Yeah, that, Taryn. Thank you for the reminder. That exact thing is something I need to do. Let's do that. Minecraft. Wow. Forgecraft. Forgecraft is here. Yeet. Minecraft is the category. And done. Info updated. Minecraft launching. Well. Slobs is having a good old time. My volume mixer window is kind of jiggling. I know. Weird. Yeah, when you have a Stream Deck, it's just a single button push. Oh, it'll be the days. We'll get there. Loading, it's loading, it's loading, it's... Loaded? Question mark? My memory heap's still going up and down, but it's at 100%. Hey Nanian, how you doing? How's working from home? Early for Nanian. I don't know if it was an hour. Half an hour. 39 minutes. 20 minutes. 19 minutes of installing Forgecraft. Yeah, we'll have some Minecraft music. Not single player. Not show. Oh, that's the thing. Hang on. Cannot resolve host name. I'll resolve your host name. Do the thing. Get the stuff. IP though. Pyramid pack. Eh? Eh? Maybe W. That. Fresh? Oh. 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 There we go. Here we go. We're doing it. We got it, folks. Yeah, everyone's self-quarantining over there, huh? I mean, I suppose it's good, but... Oh, everyone's still standing around. Let me see if there's a voice chat open on Forgecraft. There is.
Rorax.
Hello.
Yeah, slash the one pro config, I believe. Hello. Oh, and
Yes,
Alex got
there's
it too. I wasn't sure Alex was even going to join.
Nice.
Taryn Winterblade had to remind me that this was happening today.
Dog.
Weren't you supposed to be before? Oh yeah. I have a trout. Where did I get a trout?
Are you going
I gave it to
fishing?
you.
Probably the water.
Oh, thank you.
While you weren't looking.
Evidently. Oh, now I have another probe. Yay. That is like the useful item that I totally need right now.
All right.
Wild, just like barely move your mouse a little bit, just a little bit.
Do we
Yeah,
have
I'm
any
waiting for that
mods
to happen,
mining
Onion.
Dimensions this go around.
Yeah, we got Yamda.
Okay.
And bosses.
'Cause I'd like
to
avoid her- I'm very keen to avoid a repeat of the accident we had in the last one. With when I accidentally ran all over Morvy's.
When's the first bug?
All right, are we ready to
Yeah.
start this party?
Let's
I
start
think so.
this party.
Are we
Everyone at
Taryn,
four.
thank you.
I'm gonna start recording my video.
Because apparently I got in for the actual launch,
Let's do it.
which
Good
I
go.
would have missed without you.
All right, this is
What's the point?
season 12, episode 1 from me, and here goes nothing.
I can't navigate. There we go.
Hello, everyone. This is Direwolf20, and welcome to season 12, episode 1 of Forgecraft, playing on Minecraft version 1.15.2. We've got all the Forgecrafters here, 20-ish people. I'll put them up on the screen so everybody can read their names easier. What's up, everybody?
Oh wow.
Hello.
Hello. Who's hyped for Minecraft 1.15 having mods besides me?
Yay!
Yay.
Me, very
Yay.
much so.
Yeah.
All the mods, all the time. So we've got, what, 87 mods? Was that the last count that I said?
Something like
About
that.
87, yeah.
Nice. So, go!
Oh,
Whoa, okay.
Now my turn.
Everybody's
All right,
got
that's
it.
right.
Right, off we go
Oh,
then.
okay.
That's the intro. Let's go. Let's play this game.
Well, we have been sitting here. Oh, that's.
But
fine.
we
This is
didn't
definitely
install
how it's
toast
gonna
control.
Saturation.
I bagged
know.
the red forest
be.
over
Oh, I
here.
know. I was
What's mine?
playing
Soren,
that.
I'm following you.
Just getting a berry real quick. Ow.
I bagged
So we have
red forest.
Food, you know, important. What you thinking, Dyer?
I think I'm just
Yeah, I
going
don't
to
like
stand
snow
around
biomes.
at spawn and look
I don't
through
like
the
snow
mods.
biomes, so no snow.
Okay, so we'll just go past this. Let's
All
look for a
right.
village, actually. Try to get to a village.
This
I
is
like that idea.
Maple Forest is nice.
So, like, what are the mods that we need to,
Hey,
like,
copy
know
girl.
about that are new?
Hey, you preacher, how you doing?
I heard Technicalities is on here.
Yes.
That's the one I want to break.
Amadorans, tell me about Technicalities. The only thing I know about Technicalities is it has the best recipe for brass that I've ever seen.
Oh yeah. Oh.
The brass
yeah.
recipe, right? Oh wait, I'm still in cheat mode because I was testing stuff. The brass
Oh.
recipe is gold
Not
plus
nice
dirt
there.
equals brass.
I mean, it does
How you
look like
doing?
dirty gold.
Dirty
It is.
gold.
Hey,
Oh,
fair enough.
I love it.
Who's this?
I'm
Chisel.
assuming that's a temporary recipe.
Chisel is
Oh, yeah.
finally
But
here.
it's-
Don't
Hooray.
have world gen yet.
Yeah, I think it was added with the
He's
assumption
evil.
that like some other mod might add brass.
Yeah.
Don't wanna
Whether or
craft
not
with-
it works,
Why do we not
it's
have
enough
toast
for now for
control?
testing.
Let me get altitude
Soren
Dyer
can
so I
abuse
see.
it while it's there.
Craft wood in my own time.
It's
Stupid
literally
game.
Nothing but trees. Oh goodness.
Trees for days.
And it's snow for days.
Do we have something
Yeah.
that allows us
Hey,
to
look what
teleport
Preacher
around? 'Cause
found.
I want to be able to visit people's bases. and
Yeah,
stuff.
wait.
We have
It'll be really good
Waystones,
for
yeah.
tomorrow
Oh, we
when
have
we do
waystones? That's
the
awesome.
VS
I love
server
those.
stuff.
I'm all about having waystones.
Waste.
And Portality's sad face.
Oh, I liked Portality in 1.14, so I'm excited to have that again.
Didn't that only go like one axis?
Oh, I found a
It
note.
did a few weird things in 1.14, but I assume it's
Good.
It
I
should be
noticed
fixed,
somebody
right?
noticed that.
Most likely.
Looks like.
What is this
You
nonsense?
ordered it.
Light orb?
Yeah, just this is feature intense.
Light cocoon?
Man, I am.
Oh, that's
Oh dear.
I'm not one to talk.
Look at these very, very high poly
Mr.
models.
Sharky gadgets.
Hey, it'll
This
be
is
done
the best
soon.
Wily Coyote.
I didn't rush because I heard we had enough mods on the server that do.
Yeah, you're right, copy.
Right,
Hang on.
yeah.
Like if we didn't have any mods on the server that could charge items, I would have gotten it done in time.
How
But
can I
we
just
have building
turn them
gadgets and mining
down?
gadgets, so I'm happy about those two.
Here you go.
Oh, I
Direwolf,
know the
you
server's starting
down.
to get me a little sad.
It is
CW,
struggling.
you
Yeah.
down.
I mean,
It's
there's
super
only
happy.
One of us running in random directions, and we're all.
Direwolf's a little quiet now.
Ooh.
Not a good thing.
Going west, I managed to somehow get out of the snowy area.
Here you go, Emma.
Soren, I found something.
Down you go.
Ready?
More snow right next
No,
to
Emma needs more volume.
You found water.
Wasn't Serene Seasons still?
Ooh.
Ruby
Serene
down.
Seasons is on the server, yes.
Oh, is it?
What's
Okay.
that do?
Give
There's
seasons-
Soren in this list.
No, I figured that part out.
There's so many people to turn volumes down on.
Britannia's up for 115. I didn't even know that was done being ported yet.
Yeah, but Tanya
Soren, I
is-
like this area. What do you?
Okay.
Yeah, I like it too. Let's do this area. Like, just
Anyone new talking should
Confused wolves.
copy. Why do you have to be smart?
I noticed.
That's a screen.
When you laugh like that, CPW, I am both like entertained, laughing at, and frightened.
Turn down Discord.
Bunch of wolves
Dang it.
looking at me funny. It was just oddly cute and funny.
19 of them. I found a
Can
bunch.
somebody remind me if beds need to have the
Oh
same
no.
color wool?
Oh no.
Yeah,
I believe so, yeah.
Hang on. I'm gonna completely undo all this.
Get a bed of that colour.
Go back
So I
to
need to find one
go back to
more.
100U
Because I have.
Tell you what, I'll go ahead
and
and get
CPW
Spruce and
and Direwolf.
easily enough.
Okay.
So it's just because Mojang is afraid to add RGB beds. That's all.
And we'll leave
Sounds like a mod to me.
we'll leave Soren where he is. No.
A squirrel.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
there's
beds for what it would be. Here's a tile onto the bed. Go.
I really should
Beds
have
are already
ported
talented.
Ludo to 115.
Okay, I think
I don't think
that's
they removed
that.
that yet.
Now volume
it's
mixer.
We are
Volume
turning-
mixer.
It was done because they didn't fit in the IDs in 112 when it,
Oh,
or
112, okay,
whenever it was
yeah.
added. But I don't think they ever reverted it. Maybe they did. I don't know.
High
Whoa, there's a
performance gaming bed.
That sounds good.
No.
big world hole here.
RGB Corsair beds, please.
Come on, chunks, load.
Okay.
Oh, I
Yeah,
found some of those.
The
Chopping down a
chunk
tree.
generator's working as hard as it can. Give it a minute.
I don't even know if
This
it's the
tree- tell me,
chunk gen,
yeah.
if it's just loading.
Oh,
Mr.
some
Tree, what
mod
is
makes
the
like
TPS?
leaves.
Oh, the TPS is gonna be dorked.
Oh, I
For a
got
while.
illegal Sphere.
You got an illegal sphere.
Well, all spheres are illegal.
As far as I'm aware, Lex, there's no performance logs in here at the moment.
Everyone's
oh,
running
yeah,
in
we
different
should get,
directions, loading chunks.
what is it?
So
Phosphor is the new one? Lithium?
Considering
That was a-
how many people are chunk genning right now, the TPS is not that bad.
So
Yeah, we-
I looked at those, and I'm not going to put them on because there are a whole pile of
Ages or a hell yeah?
fabric hacks.
Which mod?
power, hell
They
yeah.
are. They're a bunch
Although
of
power's a
fabric
bit
fabric.
ridiculous, but
So,
me and Taryn will tell you all about that.
They're literally
It
just
at least
bunch of
looks good.
hacks ported over the fabric.
No, are you thinking of the same things?
Quack.
They made those by themselves, as far as I know. Maybe
They're
some of them got added to fabric
They're fabric mods, and at least
initially because we don't have
lithium was-
Nexon.
Yeah, no, lithium was a fabric mod, and it requires mixing added to Forge.
Yeah,
and
is
appears
true.
to be just a port of the fabric.
Transport,
functions.
huh?
So
No, I can tell you
Alright,
there's
Soren,
that
I'm
much is
coming
not
back
the
to you.
case.
mix-ins can work, and I wanted to add them properly to Forge, but
What do you got there, Soren?
Mix-ins will be in Forge, and
I
Mumphrey decides to
trying to
put
figure
them
out.
in Forge. That is-
WTBW
that is the
machines.
sole reason he has commit access to Forge.
I never heard of
Yeah, we
them.
were
That's
gonna do
something to
that.
check
I was
out.
gonna work with him on that. I know I ran out of time.
Gym
so.
analyzer.
Use to charge.
Waystones. No create.
Place
That's
element
sad.
mod.
Yeah, exactly, Dark Hacks. They were made for Forge initially, but they Nixon wasn't working at the time, so they made a fabric version alongside.
I don't know. I was kind of uncomfortable with adding performance hacks from Fabric into Forge.
They're not from fabric.
That's-
I would
that's
also
why-
say we should avoid any performance hacks as a default, because if they actually increase performance, they would be properly documented and probably get into Forge itself.
Yeah.
I
There's
mean, it's
that
all
too.
pretty new, but yeah. I mean, it's kind of a, it's the mod domain because obviously there's going to be
Thing in the
drawbacks and
bottom right?
issues, but for people who want to squeeze out performance,
Pahima Beach
It can work.
Destroy.
We don't necessarily maybe want that though, because
Yeah, I am very excited
So that was a rubber
for
band.
what Sami does
Yeah,
because
I'll ban that one.
Create is so good.
That was a big rubber band.
Yeah.
So because I don't know anything, what's the word on like the really bad
Go on.
performance things that was causing rubber banding in 114?
That was mostly IO saves, and it's still somewhat true in 115 too.
partially fixed.
What is this
It added a
nonsense?
single right behind thread, right?
Yeah, but
Which-
it doesn't fully right behind.
No, it kind of puts the problem to the side. It's still there, but a little better.
So there's still going to be
Does too.
banding issues because of that. And you can get them in single player too. It's not just a multiplayer thing.
what
although
is
servers
this?
Have it worse. I have turned down some settings that should
It's not
make
even
it
a lousy texture.
less
It's just
bad than it was on
I don't
the
know.
114 Forgecraft. So the view distance is not 16 chunks anymore. It's 12, I believe.
Yeah, that's the
Nice.
number one thing you can do.
Because the rubber banding on that server was unbearable.
It was pretty bad at times, yes.
I remember we were debugging like some horrendous lag with lighting updates for Love Tropics, and then we found out we had the render distance still at 32. Turns out Vanilla
Oh.
doesn't handle that very well,
No, it doesn't.
especially when your world is twice as tall as Vanilla worlds. It's a lot of lighting updates.
Yes.
It's kind of
And
strange.
that
because
is my
Forgecraft was
criticism
really
of the way
good
that
with 10
Minecraft does
people
lighting.
On 114 and like TPS was really stable.
Yeah, it should stabilize quite a lot once the chunks have finished genning, because we just still got a lot of people go out exploring right now.
Yeah.
And it should stabilize pretty much on this one too.
And that's remember, like that's part of what the server's about. I'm speaking to my audience mostly at this point, but like
Yeah,
we are here to test the impact of having 100 mods on a server with 20 people, and like people figuring out where the performance bottlenecks are and fixing them, so that like once these mods get more public and more consumed by the public, like they're as efficient as possible.
Yep.
I've mined this furnace, and I wait.
Random question: are people finding chisel stones in the ground?
I just found marble.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
chisel?
marble,
Okay.
limestone.
Okay. What biome are you in? Out of curiosity.
good question. Give me a
I'll let you
second.
know. I'm
That will
starting
be
to
a
explore underground right now.
Minecraft Plains.
Seasonal
We're in the
forest.
mountains right now. We found one.
Okay, no, I was just worried because I just found some in biomes of honey. I was worried that it wasn't working on modded biomes, but it is.
Yeah.
We got it in mountains. Yeah.
I got it in a seasonal forest, which is BOP.
Okay. I also found some competing limestone and marble.
Oh my god.
Indeed.
Gonna guess.
Oh
that
my
probably
god.
not. But here's the cool thing, Jared, if you're listening. Chisel in 115.
Hey Molrat, how you
is
doing?
Entirely tag based. So if you want to add stuff to the groups, you just modify the tag in a data pack.
Just so
we
you
can
know,
add-
Tarek, I'm in Minecraft Mountains biome, and I found limestone. from
Yeah,
Chisel.
it seems like it's around. That's good. I was just
Yeah, yeah.
briefly worried because I'd gone through caves and it should be decently common.
Dang it.
Yeah, I just found limestone, so.
Yeah, the system's much better now. It being totally tag based makes it way simpler.
I love tags so much.
Yeah, they're very good.
Indeed.
And it means I can generate it all, and it's all
I like
automatically
buying
data
tagless
driven.
shirts. So
Probably the number one
like
number one
tagless
request I would
really.
get in 112 is, can I add things to Chisel groups in Chisel? Like, no, go get Mod Tweaker.
I kind of like the new rendering system. Like I found the rendering in Buildcraft and mining gadgets, or building gadgets and mining gadgets, that is a lot easier to do in 115.
Yeah,
Like
it's a
It is.
like it
it's a
took me a while to
paradigm
wrap my head
change.
around it because
Exactly.
I'm not that good of a developer, and it took me asking you, Tarek, and like
Um,
6 other people. Like I cycle.
I'm not seeing a lot of new
I'll
stuff
message
so
you and
far.
ask you
I
a
mean, we've
question.
got some
I'll be like,
Nature's
"Alright,
Aura
I'll
stuff
do
going
it.
on,
I don't want them to know how to
but
do
I'm still
I'll do
just
this
looking
myself.
around.
And,
I've
like,
got some
I like
Slightly worrying.
it's like distributed questioning. Nobody knows.
Biomes of Plenty has updated a lot of
Slightly
its
worrying.
stuff.
Tell
Because I
them.
feel like
Like, the
you ask
textures are
me
updated.
decently often, and to know that
Which is
that's only
nice.
1/7 of the questions
Yeah.
that you ask.
We've also got these horrible blob things here.
You really don't know
Around
how
the
good I am at
place.
this, or not good.
Don't
I should
worry.
say.
I do the same thing through like 30 different people.
Life cocoons.
No, like I try to. It's like distributed. Like I don't want everybody to know.
How do I create a class in Java?
I mean, I did ask. I think CBW and Palomar that originally.
You did a long
did.
time ago.
I was very lost for a while on the basics. I got there. Once I get something working, I'm really good at copy pasting it. Let me put it that way.
Wow. Yeah.
So to steer the conversation a little away from these technical modders stuff, what's with these cocoons?
Is this
Oh,
the
the
elements
elemental
mod?
stuff.
Whatever it is.
Yeah.
Earth
That's
orbs.
gigahertz, isn't it?
Yeah.
They need a texture.
He was looking for an artist.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, by all means.
I actually so the cocoons I kind of like without the texture. To be honest, it kind of looks cool.
They look a little kind of low poly, kind of. Yeah, it's got an aesthetic to it.
Yeah.
Doesn't quite match, but
It all it needs is like the tune shading.
Get
to
the
it, that's
break
it.
in a minute.
in a game of its own, it could be cool. You know.
Yeah, Soren, please. I greatly disagree with that opinion.
It looks like Astroneer.
Yeah,
little bit.
that's why I probably
Yeah.
like it.
Yeah,
But this isn't Astroneer, and that's my problem.
I
But it
agree with
could
you
be.
there. I'm just saying, it has a look.
It does have a look, that's true.
Oh goodness. Oh, rubber bands. Stop it.
Hey, Simi's here. Hey, Simi.
And I'm glad I haven't put it Arcane Archives.
Alright. Cool.
I need a smoker in this
No,
TPS
that
lag.
does not have spheres.
Oh, that's what we need to do. We need to look for bees.
Oh yeah, the new
I never
beat.
thought I would say that in modern Minecraft, but in this case, yes.
Are they,
I'm
are they
actually-
cool? Have you played with them in 1.15 yet?
They're a little bit fun, yeah. You can completely automate them in vanilla.
Oh, I like it.
You know, I don't totally disagree with low poly, and by low poly I mean a circle is an octahedron. My argument there has always been that Minecraft is not actually a true voxel game.
Yeah, it's got some, like slabs and stairs and stuff. It's always kind of broken the rules a little bit.
Or just look at entities for one, you know? Like,
That's true. What would a true voxel game do? Just have like blocks that move around
Shoot an entity to just
really
separate
slowly.
squares.
or just like any shapes of an entity would be made of individual little blocks, you know? Voxel Farm is a really good one to look at for a true voxel game. Or voxel engine.
Interesting.
Oh, we don't have that mod that lets you like click and drag across items.
Mouse
I'm rage
tweaks.
quitting. I can't play this game without that mod.
Wait,
That's
click and drag what now?
Yeah,
mouse
Cube
tweaks.
World's
You
more
just
like
across
true
buttons.
voxel, although I wonder whether it is actually true voxel.
Because it conflicts with my mod.
What?
You mean
So
Is
he
that
doesn't
mouse tweaks that does
request them for your
that?
mod?
Yes, it is. It reverses the sense of the wheel.
I hate that.
Yeah, I also don't like the being able to drag back over things you already dragged. I always end up accidentally doing it.
It's broken if you do that as well. I don't like that either. So
Speaking as someone with essential tremor, I despise it.
oh, okay.
Oh wow. So what mod are we using client side for like lighting on F?
I
There's
don't think we have one on.
Ooh, yeah, that.
Because I didn't
Oh,
add
F7.
one, and there
Yeah,
is one, and
it's
it's
light overlay.
rendering through everything.
Yeah, F7 would be the thing you'd see.
Oh,
I
is
don't know
it?
which one.
Rendering through things?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
I'm not seeing that.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah, no, it looks okay. Are you standing near Buzz?
No, I'm not. Hang on.
Step one, debugging.
Screening
Are you
coming
standing near Buzz? Okay, let's move on. Yeah.
Yeah. If you want, I'll kick Buzz off the server, and then we'll see if it happens still.
Lovely.
Yeah, well,
Buzz,
if
big
you
Buzz.
just heard
Oh, yeah,
Lex
no,
Dark
no,
Breacher,
Lex now, it was definitely
Lex, of course.
Alright, Buzz, you
Ooh, I
may
gotta
log
dial it back, Rosie. Dial it back. Lex was saying he doesn't want
I just found something. I realize now we have mods. This might
rendering efficiency or like efficiency mods
Yeah, I think this is
installed
Quark thing.
because
Quark Dungeon.
really they should be submitted to
It's not
Forgecraft
Starcraft,
and
I
then
thought it was.
rolled into Forgecraft.
Oh my gosh.
You know, like it is a little bit laggy, but it's not terrible, and so far it's been
We've
relatively
had
stable.
worse
I mean-
performance at the start of all their seasons.
I'm seeing only the first chunk in front of me at the moment, so.
You're
Yeah.
exploring quickly. I
That's all
think.
you need. Just take one
Yeah.
step at a time.
Back in my day, we got one.
Rorax,
chunk
do you
and we
want me
were
to
happy with
teleport
it.
you somewhere? I know you like to
Careful,
be
this-
like out in the middle of nowheres.
Well, no, it's not necessarily out in the middle of nowheres. I just like a good biome. Can you put me in a desert, please?
I don't know that that's a command I can do.
TP
Slash
Rorax
go to
desert.
desert.
Easy.
Can you op me for a second? I'll do it myself. It's a bop command.
Before the server just dies, so it's like you're trying to find a
Is
desert.
there a command that will teleport you to the nearest desert?
Yeah, /BOP TP and then the unlocalized name of the biome.
Okay, well, you're up.
What was that sound?
My pickaxe breaking.
No, it sounded like a laughter.
Oh, that was CPW logo.
No, it's like in the game. High-pitched laughter. What?
What's WTB?
Are you
Hey, Vix.
mining?
Yeah, I'm in a dungeon.
Stonelings, maybe.
Oh God.
It's a mod. WTBW. It's.
Yeah.
I'm looking at all. There's some machines. There's.
There's
Trash
lights.
cans,
Fill
swords.
myself in, shall we?
There's decorations.
Big
What?
fight coming.
It looks like an extra utilities almost,
Okay, never mind. The command is broken.
or kind of like a dark utilities mixed with extra
I like
utilities.
Jared's idea. Locate desert pyramid.
Did
I don't know if that's
That's
real or not.
that's a little cheaty though.
I would
Yeah,
honestly go
I-
look for one right now,
no.
except for the fact we may die.
okay, but
What was that?
What was
Oh.
So what's the sleeping situation on the server?
There is a mod.
that? Quark does it.
We are nowhere near a desert for what we know.
I'm just hanging out with you guys, so there's less chunk lag.
I don't think that will change much. Truly, be honest. Just
Looks like we only
1
need
out of 20.
5
Tim, I have my
people.
bed. What are you doing? That's your no, that's your bed.
Yeah.
Mechanism's adding
Looks
baby
like we
Enderman
only
now.
need 5 people to be able to skip night. That's
Didn't Mechanism always add baby Enderman?
I don't remember any.
Baby Enderman.
They added baby skeletons, which are just evil.
Yeah, the
Right.
Enderman. There was Ender Minis from a different mod.
Yeah, that's Ender Zoo, and that's why I'm like,
Ender
hey,
Zoo. Yes.
Oh, right,
so
right.
turf.
You step off.
Just so much health. Got him.
Ooh,
Breaking up a little bit there.
yeah.
There than
Yeah.
what I got distracted. Oh,
You're a robot.
Maybe I don't think you have a good connection to Discord at the moment. Oh.
okay. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay,
Um,
I'm 100% with you with the spheres. I meant the block itself was good. The spheres, no. This looked neat.
It just needs a texture. That's all I'm asking.
Just a little bit, one, not much, just a little bit. But the sphere, this thing,
Just
what
a
the
nice
heck is
little-
this?
Yeah, the sphere is a little worrying.
I just threw out in the world and disappeared. Oh, there it is. Okay, goodness.
Okay, that is
Why are there
what I meant.
silverfish?
That's what I meant with
in a
the
mountain.
light overlay, because that's me standing on the edge, looking at something, and then stuff behind and below it is being rendered.
Soren, I found iron, but I also found like a really large silverfish vein. Is this normal?
Yeah, this is a mountain, so it's normal.
Oh, okay. I hate that. Make it stop.
This is quite a few, though. This is actually pretty impressive that you found this. I don't have a sword, and I also don't have the ping to be able to do this at the moment. Or more accurately, I guess it's TPS. I don't know anymore.
A poor, poor server.
I hear more now.
Baby pillager with a baby
We need
pillager
to test
crossbow.
Soren. You know that's an important test of every Forgecraft. It needed to happen.
Yeah. I'm
So
surprised.
food,
it took
huh?
this long. I'm probably gonna go hunting for food, to be honest.
I think I have a few. I had a few seeds. Like I could like.
This whole mining thing's
Is
going
there a
real
water
well.
source nearby? I did find some iron,
Yeah.
by the way, down there.
Down the hill a little bit west.
Okay. Like I could probably get us a bucket relatively soon.
So, Copy Girl, I like that you're here because this is where I get to criticize Minecraft in general. Sure, we haven't had 20 people on at once with
Like, they might
Vintage
be
Story,
worse than
but
Ender.
I don't see Vintage Story ever having these
Wow,
kinds of
that's a
problems.
Right?
bold claim coming from you.
I'm well aware.
We turned
Just use
off
botany.
the crop
where
stuff,
am I?
Simon.
What's going on?
Oh, did we? Cool.
Yeah.
The rubber banding, like, repositioning people is the worst part.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah, it is
I opened a crafting bench 2 minutes ago. Open.
extremely bad right now.
It's like
Oh
just all
my
over Ragnarok.
god.
I've been crafting for 30 minutes.
It literally just rubber banded me into the middle of the air. That was scary. And the creeper just spawned next to me, and I cannot run. Fun.
Because apparently that's where you were, even if it doesn't make any sense now.
Yeah.
Oh, I've been on the Vintage Story hype train for
Remember
like
playing
3
an
weeks now,
MMO
Vex.
Where you just like mine this one ore vein infinitely. That's what it feels like right now, except I'm not getting it.
You're not getting
Less
results.
productive.
Actually, no, that was I think it was Elder Scrolls Online. There was this thing in the beta where if you had like 6 people at like these spawn points and everybody was picking it, and they were just bots. They were just like instantly.
Ow.
Yeah, that was fun.
I've been eating for 30 minutes.
Well, here's what I hope, Copy Girl, is that when
I should probably
server-side tests do come in for like whether the client is cheating or anything for VS, that VS actually allows some level of bias so this kind of stuff doesn't happen.
I mean,
Because
not great,
all
not
of this
terrible.
kind of pinging around is because the server doesn't trust anything.
For
I'm
once,
probably
I
And
about
it's-
halfway.
for once, I have a bed early enough to make me happy. So that's at least some decent improvement over my normal stuff.
Oh, I found lava.
Like if a player is mining 10% faster than they should be, like, leave it.
I got iron. That's exciting.
If the player is mining 50% faster than they should be, okay, maybe then be critical of it.
There's a ton of people moving around the map generating terrain.
I think even the
There's,
furnace is slower than normal.
Axes break leaves like instantly. I noticed.
I'll
that.
rephrase. Is there a
That's
mod
cool.
that makes trees decay once you cut them down or not?
Not.
I didn't notice it now.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Not that I would object.
I know I wouldn't object to toast control.
Oh, that TPS is at 161.
Toes control? Like
Yes.
control of your toes?
Yes, it's toe simulation, the mod.
It allows you to
What?
use your feet
You
in addition
can't
to your
see
head.
it, but I
so
have
you can
question
carry
marks
4
above my
items
head.
at once.
Yeah. It's like carry on, but carry on times 2, you know?
So you want to be a monkey?
Right.
Okay.
I need to get out of here.
As long as
Oh,
we're
God.
clear.
Wait, is it toast control client side only?
Is it? In which case
should
it's
be.
it's my responsibility to install it, but
Yeah, actually, thinking about it, like toasts happen on the client
Oh,
side,
toast.
so
Toast.
Soren is finally clicked.
I didn't hear toast. I heard toes, and I was just forever hearing toes. What are you guys
You
talking
know,
about?
toast control.
to be fair,
guys, we're back.
once you said toes, we.
I need a
started
few more
saying
viewers
toes.
until I can get partner. Every other thing has been fulfilled as of like last week. It's just my average viewers needs to go up and then I can be a partner.
Now I want to monkey mod.
And we're
But I get
a
it.
third of the way there, because I think it's 95 on average, and I hit about 30 on average, so... Ah. Okay, well, ignore me then.
Sure, surprisingly lack of animals.
Indeed.
Soren, just so you know, we have tiny coal.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Just
times,
as
I mean.
you say that, Soren, I find.
I just did. I turned and saw chickens too. The server heard me. Do you like have a
I'm not
legion
sure
of
what's
cows?
more
over there?
disturbing. The server listens, or the server fulfills some people's requests.
Well, it knows that if it doesn't listen to me, it's probably going to crash soon.
The server's will is ineffable.
Well, even if it does.
It'll probably crash less.
It's all according to the server's plan.
So that cool mod that we played with a lot in 114, Soren, is that updated on?
Create? No.
No, it's not. I checked earlier.
No, but Simi's here.
Rip.
Feel free to bug him.
I don't like to bug people for mod updates. I've got a mod that adds one item, and it took me like a month to update it. So
I
I'm
have
not
no
gonna
right
bug
to do
anybody.
that. Like, zero.
I
To be
have been
fair,
told,
it
and
was-
Simi, if he's listening, can say, but Simi's working on an update.
Yeah,
I'm
Have you
sure.
seen
I'm
the
sure
screenshot?
Simi's working on it. I have no doubt.
I have offered my assistance in the rendering stuff because I know he has a lot of it.
Well,
Okay, I don't
so
like
I
these
saw a
particles right
screenshot
now.
which had like 4-way rotation of like block that looked really cool. Someone posted in Forgecraft, I think.
Yeah,
Whoever's
he had a
rendering these,
whole
like,
album of like new stuff, and it looked amazing, and I want it all.
These soft circular particles around the world, they need to not render through things everywhere.
Yeah, not sure if that's intentional.
I don't think so. 'Cause that's like, I just turned around and saw.
If it is, there needs to
field
be
of
a
them.
much lower range on their rendering.
Isn't that what you were referring to? Because the lighting one is doing that too, eh? Like the X's are showing
I'm
through.
not seeing that with the X's.
I posted a screenshot.
Those are. Oh, it's kind of happening. You can see them from underneath.
I'm not
but-
noticing as
Huh.
badly, or at least not yet.
I'm wondering if something is leaking state, and it's not actually supposed to look like that.
I wouldn't
It's
be
probably
surprised.
does.
I'm gonna go do it around those cocoons. I don't trust mini polygon things.
I mean, it is probably Buzz, but we should still figure it out exactly how.
Soren, I need one bone meal.
One bone meal.
Yes. Make it so.
Okay.
Okay, it's not the cocoons.
Found a sheep. Is that close?
Those cocoons are just
mean,
Giga showing off his new model loader thing.
Yeah.
That's it. They added to Forge. It's like, I can do OBJ models now. Look, spheres.
I mean, that is good, because we needed that.
It could also just be like a temporary, like.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what?
technically, the loader worked for a while, but you had no like JSON way to use it. You'd have to like do it manually. But now it all works.
I was working not too bad in 1.14. I think you just had to bake the item model.
Exactly. Yeah, you had to do it manually, but now there's a JSON API, and that has been merged into 1.14. So go nuts if you're still
Has
working
it?
on. Yes.
Because Wedding Gadget needed it.
But I'm not working on 1.14 anymore.
Okay. then don't use it. what do you want from me?
Like the one thing I needed it for, I didn't end up working on because I was told wait until 150.
Go, go faster, please. Get me out of this so I don't have to mine out of it. Okay, thank you.
What is going on?
I was stuck in a water flow and I didn't want to mine because who knows how long that would take to get out.
I mean, I'm just trying to mine this vein of coal. One block at a time.
Yeah, no,
Mine
it's rough.
anything.
TPS is rough. Is anybody still exploring?
What, technically, I'm next to base, but I don't know if it's probably including some of the chunks around our base. Which is probably not a bad thing to go ahead and do.
I'm curious, does anyone know where spawn is?
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
just rough coordinates.
I don't know the coordinates, but I know which way it is from us.
I can paste in the chords.
Also, these little buttons that are added to every GUI, that's im tweaks, right? Or is that Quark?
Might be
That's work.
Quark.
Ah,
You mean the
For the
little
copy
down
from
arrow with
Ortiz.
the 3 dots?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay. Well, it's totally broken with chisel. If you haven't noticed.
I haven't yet, no.
Yeah. I opened one up in single player and the buttons go like right in the middle of all the slots. Cool.
There's an optional interface that you used to have to use a 112 to fix that. I don't know how you fix
Well,
it now.
yeah, but like it should be pretty easy to not put it on top of slots. You can look at any GUI and find where all the slots are, and not put it there.
Maybe you can. I
Yeah.
can't.
It looks like it's just doing the typical location for like a chest, and it's just slapping that onto the chisel.
Yep.
Chisel doesn't even need it. I'll
Yeah.
have to put some integration thing. So I opt out. API.
All right, Soren. So I've got
Kinda tough.
Oh, Soren, we have a problem.
What's up?
It's cold up here.
It's cold up. Oh, water. Just put a block above it. Unless they change that vanilla mechanic.
Now, what is it that turns it?
Seasons probably. Well, actually, we're pretty high up, so it should be just put a block above it.
Or torch, right? Doesn't torch help?
But torch should help. This will actually prevent it completely.
Oh, okay.
Unless again.
Thank you for the follow, Womb Cowboy.
Put a one block above this just so we can see it to make sure it hasn't frozen over.
So what are our options for ore processing right now? Just mechanism?
There's a couple. Actually, what was the mod we were talking about a few minutes ago that looked like it actually utilities with spikes?
Yeah, WTB. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, that one had a crusher in it, or something.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, it does have a
Crusher,
crusher.
compressor, and fuel generator.
Groundium. I want a block
It looks
of iron.
like a kind of a simple version of. Wait, it has a block detector. Why is it a block detector?
It also has like upgraded furnaces, which is cool. It doesn't indicate like how they're better, but
Oh my god, it needs like a
Does anyone know anything about WTB?
Not a bit.
I know nothing.
I
There's
think
one.
it's Sonic
No,
here.
one of the authors was here earlier.
Yes.
So what you're
Sonic
saying is
here.
the first
That-
mod I
yes.
actually port to 115 should be Grinder.
He's been
We
summoned.
have a few. So actually the last few packs that I've played, I have pointed out that grinders and masonry or stuff like that is kind of an outdated process because you could do it to get stuff faster at the beginning, but if you really want to have stuff in the end, you just make your income faster.
Yeah.
Assuming
The
you have
Factorio approach.
There is some. I would like to see some innovation on that front. And I think
the original reason it
Create
existed,
did it a cool way.
in my opinion, the original reason it existed is because like mods were rapidly adding things that cost a lot, and like you needed more resources, right? Like you don't need that much iron in vanilla Minecraft, but you need a lot of iron in modded Minecraft. So you need more iron than you typically get. So rather than increasing world gen iron, it's just you get more ingots per iron that you find.
Yeah, and also there was not an easy automated way to get ores.
Right.
So like it was just whatever you mined, you got more out of.
Like the macerator comes from like Industrial Craft 1, the original Industrial Craft.
Indeed.
Like that
It
was
like
doubling ores. That
the
was
first
well
tech
before
ever
there was
made.
a quarry or anything.
I'll be real, this is why I like geolysis. Because geolysis does great big veins of ore. And you're set for a while, you know? Like, and once you run out, then you go and exploit, go and find some more. Oh, poor ore, yeah.
So
but
does Greg Tech. Or did Greg Tech. I don't know what Greg Tech does these days. But at one point it had a concept like that where its ores were like 100 blocks. So you found one and you'd pick at it, get what you need, come back to it.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
I had a concept for technicalities to do the same thing, but I'm like, I'm gonna make that a separate mod.
Hey, Liquid Atlas, how you doing?
Like vanilla. And now I don't have ores. You craft brass with gold and dirt.
Yeah, I think there's still
just as
value
good.
in like doubling and tripling ores. I would love to find like variations on that theme. Like make it just, hey, I can do it a little differently now.
It's like realistically, all we need to change is just have a different way to produce the ore. Like you have lasers now, which is one way. You have quarries, one way. But have some mini game that you have devised that you set up, and you just generate ores from that.
Well, I like how Create does it. Like it's still the same concept, but it's done differently with like a conveyor belt and all that.
Right, you have to like build
Yeah.
in the world a way to
Yeah.
do those things.
I
I'm
really
all
liked
about
Crate,
that.
and I had no problem with it not being like actual doubling. I was like, it's good enough. It's better. It's more, and it's fun. So I didn't care, you know.
And
But if
thanks
you
for
had a
being-
problem with it being doubled, you just use the data pack.
Good point.
Yeah.
The concept we had for Steam and Steel was we'd have these surface spires, which would be dotted with like normal iron ore, but they would show you where underneath them would be a ball of a particular block, which if you mined at it, it wouldn't destroy the block, it would just fire ore at you. And each of those balls had like X amount of ore in it. So it was like an ore vein, but you wouldn't like mine it out in that same way. It was more like a Factorio patch in that way.
Right. Yeah, I was kind of thinking just now something like that. I was sure something had already existed that did that, where it's like, you know, when you mine a block, you get a little bit out of it, and the block stays there.
I still want a satisfactory mod.
Where you
So,
just have infinite
Drolicus
veins.
is
Permanent node.
doing something.
Well,
And
Drogas is
building
working on
the same way. Like you
conveyor
don't actually
belts.
build a furnace. You just say, I want to build furnace, and you take 8 cobble out of your inventory and it places furnace. I break down the furnace, I get 8 cobble.
It was Drocus making that for 1.14 or 1.15?
I'm pretty sure it was 114.
114.
Yeah. I saw a tweet about that.
And it looked really good. I don't.
Mhm.
He put a lot.
Yeah,
of
never
effort
use
into it. I helped him
GTCE.
a little bit. It was
I'm
very
fully
cool.
against that now.
Look up splines, and then I just kind of went away.
When I was ignorant, I was like, yay, this is a great mod. And then I realized
He
everything was wrong.
I love that.
I
I'd
am
love to see
looking
that
very forward to GTI
in
though.
Minecraft, just because
Okay.
it'd be fun to set up.
This is no longer lag. Am I hitting spawn or something? No, it's just lag.
It's the lag.
It
It's
is
just lag.
This is no longer lag, says the person.
Well, it's
who
like
does the
I was
lag.
able to mine things around it. It seemed like, and it was just. That wasn't working.
It's
Thank you for the
very
follow,
specific
Scuzzy
lag.
Fuzzy and Delete Shadow TTV.
There's some cobble.
Temperamental lag.
That's all I was looking for.
Oh, I love GTVX. GTCE is wrong, as in the author is doing everything
I just like the
wrong.
idea of being able to build. So in Satisfactory, I like the idea that I can just say, I want to build something really quick, build it up. I don't need this anymore. Tear it down, and nothing that I built was ever committed.
GTCE isn't community edition
Yeah.
like it says it is. It's
Although, well, you have to
whatever that
document
guy's
it in
name,
Satisfactory. The
which
materials
I've
that are
purged from my brain.
uncraft those.
Right.
So you'd kind of have to make a category for it.
It's his idea of what GT is, and it's nothing like what anyone else wants.
Be crafted permanently, but structures in the world.
I'm not super interested in GT6 because it focuses so much on the primitive stuff. I'm more interested in GTI because it's like more all across the board.
Take the materials and place it. You were actually gonna have to like place the individual parts and then
Yeah.
assemble it.
It winds up being, yeah, like you said, it's too involved
tedious.
for that.
Yeah.
That's why I like Satisfactory. It's like, I'm just going to take items out of your body, pocket dimension, and just go.
Yeah. I'm actually keeping that.
I like how they
idea.
totally.
The reason I'm excited about GTI though is because the author of GTI has a team and they're all just interested. He was the original author on GT5, one of the original authors on GT5, and
What?
GT5, sorry, not
Using.
GT5, GT5,
Seems entirely random.
Welcome to Yes.
Oh no, it wasn't sorting. It was just organized.
what's it?
Okay, there's a difference.
Unofficial, yeah.
So
And,
CPW's thing, which puts
Like, so he and his team get it, right? When it comes to what GT should be.
Sorry, CPW.
Totally hash.
Unlike the a-hole that did GTCE.
If I middle click on my chest, I get bone.
GT5U,
gunpowder,
yeah,
earth
yeah.
orb,
He-
oak log,
one of the original
mass
authors on
helium,
GTU.
tallow.
GT5U.
It's, like, it's random.
It should be ordered by the count of items.
Exactly.
Oh, it is. Yeah, that's it. Okay.
You get it so much to the
It's
point that
always
you
ordered by count of
Hi
items. I've
Samro.
never bothered with the others.
And Tomzor, hello.
I guess that makes sense. And if I was,
Nothing
if I
else
had
is
like,
available
if I had
side-by-side.
pre-sorted my chests,
They get it to the point where they remain compatible with people.
chests, so.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Fair
I just like having it so that the largest number is top left.
That's fair. It's good to know that there's some order because I didn't notice that. I just thought it was completely random.
When you have two counts are the same and.
But they're willing to fix it,
it's
unlike
then
a certain
ordered
someone.
by item name. So.
Alphabetically?
Yes, but
Like
not by
display
the. It's the item name, not the display name.
Oh.
So it's the
like,
untranslated
translation key.
name. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the unlocalized name,
Yeah, I believe
not the
that's-
registry name.
might be the registry name.
Right, Taryn,
It's not,
exactly.
unless you sort. No, I don't know what it is. Ender Pearl, Enchanted Book, Ancient Tome, Marble. It's like I.
And when he was told that Greg wasn't
Oh well.
impressed
That's
with what he
alright.
was doing, as
It
in,
is
not impressed, as in
Let it be a mystery.
Spark.
annoyed by how he was handling it, he said, he basically said, screw Greg.
What's their home?
You want,
Which-
you want coordinates or TP?
Coordinates would be nice, yeah.
I don't know whether that's the right response to a mod that you are copying.
Just positivity.
Yes.
Yeah, I want 2,000 for south. Okay.
Yes.
Screw the original author of this intellectual property.
Oh,
said-
a minor thing that probably won't affect you. It was just changing method signature in an interface.
For
It's called
custom registry.
The builder callback.
Oh.
I just found a jack o'
I'll find
lantern
out what happens.
in the world.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah.
Exactly,
just
Dark
update
Preacher.
and see what breaks. It should be straightforward.
I just realized I can actually port grind it because it has no rendering.
Yeah, it's the same with chisel.
Except those hookers aren't doing it because they love their job. They're doing it because they're addicts.
Most of the
And
work is porting the render layer stuff.
and the blackjack is always tilted.
So is anybody still exploring?
I don't know.
I don't know at this point if I'm new chunker or jump
Only in
Yeah, I've seen-
caves.
I'm trying to find the place that I found at first because I wanted to live there, but I've lost it.
The lag is like moderately better.
It is.
I can see pigs run away in fear now, rather than like
8
they hop.
TPS right now.
Yes, but Notch turned into,
I think
well,
it's-
I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
Sadly.
I've been looking at the
Rosie
profile
points
from
to
the
Notch's
card.
Twitter.
It's just everything. I think there might be too many entities loaded.
we do have quite a few people on.
Hey, Gigabyte.
CPW, you should bump
It's always
Forge and
entities.
bump the server.
It is always entities.
What's wrong
Especially
with
villages.
Forge?
I
Oh,
fixed the generate command and the TPS command.
Oh, okay.
Like we had Love Tropics was going great and it was like really working well with 30, 40 people on the server.
Notch used to be quite a
Took
fine
one
individual,
month,
and then
we
he
went to add,
jumped off the
wanted to
deep
build a
end
player
and
one,
embraced the concrete
we
below.
took a dive just adding all the fish.
Oh, yeah.
Because we'd like gone through a lot of efforts to make sure that there was no extra entities, hostel spawning was off, yada yada.
Yeah.
entities.
someone
basically,
suggested
Benjamin.
This mod, this called Spark. As
I
a
assert to this day
profiler
that he
to
is
pick
the
up, sampler, but doesn't look
I can't remember the guy's name.
I
quite
think it was
as,
me that suggested it.
The guy
I will say
that
if
was making the
entities
spruce
are
goose.
our main pain point. Lithium.
He's
been
the modern
following
day
the
version of
development
him.
from Angeline, and that's the main thing it improves is entity tick time.
Howard Hughes. Yeah, he's the modern Howard
Yeah,
Hughes.
how does it do that?
Quite a few ways. It's been a couple months. I don't remember a
Changes
ton of
AI
specifics.
I think there's some
I looked
AI.
at
stuff.
It is
Lithium
basically
the other
AI
day.
task optimization. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much all it is because that's what is.
Best boat ever made.
Yeah, I can see that AIs might be.
I
something
I think
problematic.
Angeline wrote up a page on it somewhere. I might.
There is a pretty like big description about the config file. And you
Yeah.
can disable anything.
If you could find out the specifications of what he actually does, then we can figure out if it's actually a valid optimization or if it's not snake.
I
From
think
what I
I'm gonna add that.
remember,
I think I'm going to add this. So.
it was like
Spark is
kind
really
of
good
like
because
99% optimizations were like, oh, it could in odd cases end up being slower, but for the most part faster. So it's kind of things that I don't know, vanilla might not want to do.
I've thought about what I would do if I ever
Are
got
we in the
rich.
middle of like major lag right now, or is my player inventory just broken?
It just happens every now and
Uh,
then.
It's lag, unfortunately.
Yeah, we're at 8
I can open
TPS
up the
still.
inventories now.
Oh
Find
no,
the
no,
entity.
like I can't interact with my own player inventory. I can't
Oh
crap.
no. I can do it.
Oh,
That is
So if I ever got
Player
rich,
inventory is decent.
how I felt that I wanted to deal with that is that I've always thought I want a modest home,
Do a server bounce
and by a
again.
modest home I mean not a mansion. I just want a home with like,
Let's see if we can
I don't
at
know,
least
a
get
master
kind of
bedroom and 2 other
There's
bedrooms.
going to be a couple of mods added.
For-
so require a client restart.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
For
We don't
like
have to update Forge, correct?
guests, kids, whatever.
Not Forge, no.
A lounge, a
I might
kitchen.
update Forge just because.
Yeah, like
Maybe if I'm feeling really
I'm waiting for it to
bougie,
appear,
a ensuite bathroom to the master bedroom.
That's the rule.
So
Yeah, it's not showing up yet, so I'm waiting for it to show up. So you'll need to
And then-
restart the client because there'll be a couple of new mods.
Whatever money I
It's
have
hard to
left over
restart,
after
so
that, I would
that
want
might take a
to
couple more minutes.
kind of just
Taking-
invest
taking
into
the chance to fix the
keeping my
issues.
life in order.
No.
So, you know,
You got time, do it.
No,
a regular amount for groceries, a regular
Takes- it
amount
takes at
for
least 3-4
insurance
minutes
if
to
that
go
was
through.
necessary, a regular amount for car, a regular amount, yada yada yada. And then anything that was left over, I would be really eager to get rid of it.
Looks like a new version came down.
Look, a viewer in my chat just had a good point. The server may be lagging, but it's still running, so there's that at least.
Oh yeah.
And by eager to get rid of it, I mean
Yeah,
like
that's pretty
I'd
good.
donate
That's
it to
true.
things.
It is.
Surprising how much
I'd spend it
lag
on
it takes
people.
without crashing.
it's
You know?
lagging us so we can't crash it. That's
Right.
what's doing it.
I'm surprised you
Well, that's
haven't
funny.
crashed
I
it
wanna
yet, sorry.
AI has
I
come.
haven't got to do anything.
Exactly, Vix.
Lagged. It found a solution. Stop me from inputting anything.
I don't see. The reason I'm like that is because I don't see that there is any reason to sit on a pile of money.
Alright, still building.
It's kind of like, I always think of this, and it's a very silly analogy,
I think I have your.
but
kit,
you're a
it's just
bad
moment to
player
set up
of
the
StarCraft 2 if you have minerals and Vespene gas stored up. You should be spending every bit of that. You should have a steady income
I'm
that you can, that's regular and could be counted on, but your bank should be empty. Should my bank be empty in real life? No. The example goes a little too far in that direction. But I should have enough in there for like rainy day stuff, you know, and all the regular payments and everything like that. But I see no reason in sitting on more than 100,000.
in the first place.
That's silly to me.
We're just waiting for this build to finish a Forge, and then I'll pick that up on the server too. So, I'm gonna step away.
Sounds like a great idea, Copy.
While I,
Cover the Wilton goop.
in a second.
Okay.
Because I am indeed a Zerg Queen.
Jared says the chisel recipes are fixed on the server.
They are, yeah, but I mean, I still need to fix it for people who don't have Jared making scripts. Eventually, it's a good time to do it since we're all taking a break.
I don't know about investment. Like, if I was literally investing, the problem with investment is, I suppose if let me start again. There's a difference between the investor that we see in everyday life, who basically has too much influence over the
I think Alex
creative
is close,
properties that we love.
but he's got a couple things left. He's
Yeah.
trying to get the world.
And then there's the benevolent investor, who is very, very rare these days, who just invests because they're
So how's everyone doing?
they are interested in the product and want to see what the creators of the product put out, right? If I was to be an investor, I'd definitely be the kind that invests because I'm interested in what those people are doing. I wouldn't want to have any control over it. I'd just be like, here's money. And as long as you aren't, like, fucking it up, I'll keep investing money.
Unfortunately, too tall with it on my head to put the hood on.
Hi, Kiwi. So, basically, I'd be finding excuses not to hold on to my money. And I would be living a modest lifestyle. I have no interest in 60-foot yachts or lavish holidays or mansions or anything like that. In fact, if I was to live as without a family or anything for the rest of my life, then I would probably just have a tiny home with a large property. And on that large property, I would put all sorts of wonderful things, like gardens and stuff. Be like a modern day version of a croft, basically. Forgecraft is indeed being Forgecraft. We're waiting for a restart. I'm just waiting for the chatter in the background to let me know when we're good to go.
How's it looking, CBW?
Didn't he step away?
Oh, are we
Yeah.
not bouncing the server then?
We are in
We
a
are.
second. I think he's coming back in a moment.
Okay.
Just waiting on Forge to build.
Cool.
More
Or
cats.
is this one, I'm pretty sure.
I think I might have a pet
waiting for
a pet sheep or a pet goat.
Yep.
Because they're lovely.
I will say I like this new chunk management system that Minecraft has, because I don't actually have to tell it to unload.
And I really,
chunks.
really want a
I just tell it that
Ovachakra,
nobody wants it anymore. and it
also
can do it
known
by
as a bear
itself.
hunting dog.
Oh.
Darren,
Because
you know
I've
what you
always wanted a dog
What?
that I could
may
tackle
have done to your chat, but
and they
somebody
would
got
think I
blocked.
was playing with them.
I did not.
I was
That's
Did I?
what you need to do. So I
You're
don't
right.
have to.
I do have the time to do that now.
You
Might
do,
as well.
you do.
They're so
I'm
big.
getting a couple
It's
new
perfect.
ones, which I think
Especially for me as a
are-
6'2" woman, like
Oh, it looks like we might get mantle. I don't know if T-Con is to
Oh.
follow. And also,
wanna
Mantles, I know
bury
you
my
use for
face in
T-Con,
their
but I don't know,
fur.
like, what
Yes.
it does by itself.
we're getting 2 FTB mods.
yeah, right, Kiwi.
I guess
I'm
that's
very
totally-
lucky where we are because I've got internet split between 4 people.
Yeah, chunks claiming and loading.
It's pretty tall for a lady Vex.
Neat.
Not outside abnormal. It's not abnormal, but it's the very tall end of normal.
What's simply light?
It has some new light fixtures. It's
Oh, nice.
quite neat actually, and some pretty light fixtures, and it has light strips that looks neat. And
Oh yeah, we got Dyer, we've got Newbie.
Okay.
Let's actually look at the list.
Right. I'll
Got
check and see
Nar,
this.
Alex, BEGT, Amadornis, Buzz, CPW, Darkax, Direwolf20, Jared, Latvian Modder, Lex, Newbie, Program, Timur, Simon, Soren, Suncare, Tamas, Tirag, and Wild.
The server's going to bounce in a second when I've got this new Forge version.
All right.
Sweet.
So we will have to update Forge? Or
No,
is that server
you
side?
won't.
Okay.
It's a server only.
Okay. But we
All
will
the
have to update our
usual.
instances.
Yes.
Yeah. So you just restart and you'll pick up the new mods.
Yep.
Okay.
We're good.
So
Does
I'll
your-
announce that shortly.
Does your Docker server or Docker container auto rebuild Forge every time, even if the version doesn't?
No. No. If you just watch my stream, I just ran the command that actually does the Forge repackaging into Docker. So it's run as a separate process. Because then I can just put it on a scheduler or just run it on demand. And then that pulls it into when I update.
She's
the
got a
image,
babu
I
to
just
deal
pull it
with.
all into the,
A beautiful little
pull the
babu.
new version of Forge in. So
Yeah, it just looked like you ran Docker Compose up, which should just start it, not
no. So it's running this job called build in build, which is running this Docker file here. And this Docker file is using a Docker Compose image to run a Docker Compose inside the Docker Compose inside the Docker file. So that then inside the Docker file, you go
Docker
to the server and it runs this Docker Compose here, which uses a Docker file to compute things like the version of Forge, SPL, and Minecraft, so that those are correctly populated. So if you look
Bab
at
be
this
moving.
Docker file, the build file,
Bab want move.
here,
Bab go.
this one here, is computing the Forge version.
Yeah, that's slow
from
sci-fi.
Promotion
I mean,
Slim, SPL from
that's CPW sci-fi.
and MC version from the promotion Slim.
Docker.
And then using that to run the Docker compose inside the subdirectory. So it's how I
Are
get.
we getting Tingus?
It's
We
Dockers
might be getting
all
Tinkers.
the way down.
Oh yeah, it's lots of Dockers. Are we getting Tinkers? Do we
The
want to
sad
put Tinkers
thing
on?
is,
There's a few mods in the.
I followed all
mod
of
update.
that.
Wait, is Tetra out for 1.15 too?
Is what out?
Tetra.
I don't even know what that is.
It's Tinker plus plus.
I think we're getting
Oh.
fingers now.
What's Simply Light? Do you want me to put that in? I'll put these in a minute.
It's a lighting mod. It has some neat lighting fixtures.
Oh, it adds new lights. Okay. Quartz chests.
Look at these folks not keeping up with their new stuff.
What's Ultimine?
It's another vein miner.
Another vein miner. We want a vein miner.
You want you want the story or just?
No, that's fine. I'm assuming it's like Ore Excavator, but updated to 1.15.
Our excavator is also updated, but because we have asked the author and we didn't get permissions to use it in our packs.
Oh, okay.
So we had to make our own.
So, do we want that one or not?
Yeah, because the other one isn't in.
Well, yeah, but do we
It's
want
fine
a
when
vein
it's
miner?
updated.
Do we need it?
I don't know.
I've never been a fan of that
We've
type.
got mining gadgets.
Personally, I've never really needed them.
I'm biased because it's accessibility for me, but I don't care.
I mean, that's fair. You can always just not use it.
Yeah, I can add it on. I'll add it on. All right. Where is it?
Okay, Tetra does not look like it's.
No,
updated
it's
to
1.14 only.
1.15.
At
I
the
can go
moment.
abuse Nicholas if you want.
I mean,
Alright,
it is a
so,
gorgeous mod, so.
Update incoming. Right, go to you. Spark has moved out the way. So I should be able to go to here. 15. Server bounce time.
Are we starting a betting pool on which new mod crashes the server?
Yeah.
I'm just,
It'll be chiseled somehow. It's not new, not updated. It'll happen.
I've just embraced that I'm never gonna be in that level of like software know-how anymore, and that's fine.
Listen, Alex, no pressure, but my chat is currently making bets on whether Tinkers will crash the server.
Okay,
Well, we
anybody who
just
said
added
it
it,
won't
so it's
crash,
in.
instantly lost. Because there's no time frame on this far.
Yeah,
Let
but
us
there's a
know when we
lot
should
of
launch our
googling
clients
involved in learning how to do a Docker thing. It's not like you just load up Docker and go, right?
Okay, the load's very early on, so it's already computed the mod list.
Just in time. I finished fixing the chisel recipes.
Yay.
I won't bother pushing that update.
Being a programmer is like certain levels of Google foo, and I'm just not interested in that anymore.
Did the world load?
My game
I got
crashed, so that helps.
94.
Yeah, I got 3
I think,
mods.
yeah, it was just a race.
So we just got to restart.
Yeah, if you only get 3 mods,
And
start.
mine just loaded with 3 mods.
Game
Restart.
crash while initialization.
Server still starting?
New crash report.
Tinker's construct failed to load correctly.
Like I said,
Server pack
all
not
of you failures did
Nice.
All right, so Tinker's has got a sided error.
Good job, Tinkers.
In my case, it says server pack not loaded.
I had a feeling. I just had a
Yeah, it won't load now because the server just went down.
It was such
And
a
I
direction
had this
vector.
error, is error?
So the error is, I'm just trying to find the error for Tinkers. Vec Math.
Yeah.
You're
Get
using
direction
Vec Math on the
Who's using
spy-
Vecna?
server.
What? This is it under the tools?
That should be on the server. It depends
Direction,
No,
on.
get
Pretty sure
direction
it's
Vec.
client only.
A lot of the
Oh.
Vec stuff is
He's
client
doing a
only.
vec math on the client. He's calling a client only or a server only function on.
using-
No,
Yeah,
it's
no,
a
it's-
server
No,
side
just the
crash.
server crash.
Wait,
The
no,
server
that's
crash.
The
no,
VecMath
he did
stuff.
it off.
No, he's doing this. I'm putting it in the Discord right now.
I love this.
There it is. Get direction Vec. is
Just
what
sitting
you
here
do,
listening to them just like
Yeah,
back
I
and
think
forth
that's one
about
of
this.
those pointlessly client side only methods.
Yeah.
Ones
It's one of the
not
ones
even-
which is only referred on one side.
No,
Wait, that's client side only?
no,
Guys,
it's not.
listen. It crashes on the client, therefore it can't be a client side only method.
No, it's an
if it was a client side
it's an
only.
obfuscation issue.
Yeah, he gave you a non-off jar.
Nice.
Anything that can go wrong will go wrong.
That's a
Well,
non
Welcome to modding 101.
Yeah,
Well
and
spotted.
that's
It's
literally
great.
What Prog's Jay's thing gave me. Okay, thanks.
Blame Prague, sure.
Oh.
Although I do have to say that giving them a non-obfuscated jar is pretty silly.
That's fair. I mean, I had an obf issue earlier. It wasn't quite as cut and dry, but apparently by
Okay,
default. I
are
think
we
I
gonna
remember this
wait,
being a
or
problem.
Are we going to remove and move on?
Just remove it for now.
All right.
I feel like I already knew this, but shading stuff apparently happens after
Yes,
obfuscation.
it
So
does.
I need to reorder things.
Really?
I'll debug
My
it
problem
another
was that
time.
my shadow jar.
Construct.
I had to re-obfuscate it.
Yeah,
Don't
I
you
think.
remember that?
Yeah, I need to add that thing that. So if you could DM me whatever you did,
Yeah,
so I can
hang
just
on.
copy.
Yeah,
it,
exactly, Taryn.
that'd be great.
Considering you're the one. that
Someone
told
would
me
have
about
just
it.
Yeah.
said, hey,
Look, I do
Forgecraft is going to be up tomorrow, and he's like, oh shit.
Remember all of them.
All you need to do is make the jar task depend on whatever shading task.
Yep, I have. All of
No,
those.
I can't remember what they call the system, but it's greatly changed since 1.12 and
That's
less.
all right. We'll be up in a minute, Wild.
What do they call it? Gradle?
it's not
Gradle.
out for 1.15,
Gradle has changed
right?
dramatically.
And as you can tell, it doesn't even work yet.
Yeah.
So
I've already got a couple people like, wait, Chisel's out. No,
Like one of the
it's-
hardest things
why it's
about
out.
getting into modding in
Missing, like,
1.14
80% of
plus
the
is the
blocks.
fact that Gradle is insane now.
Open, out, and usable.
I mean, my build server is public. If you really want it,
Does it?
go for it.
Okay, well.
You also haven't used it, I'm assuming. So.
Don't tell them that.
there's really been 6 builds since that one that was linked like 5 minutes ago.
What, of Chisel?
of thingy. I'm going to put it in
Oh,
later.
Tcon.
Of
yeah.
Tcon. We put 3015 in, and there's now 3011. 30111. I don't know.
Impressive.
I'll deal with it later. It's out for now because we're trying to get the server back up, and it's up.
Yeah, Vex. Alright, launching.
That indeed is an impressive amount of failed builds.
93 mods. Nice.
1.14 is stupid.
Oh, can we
I
save
hate
the
1.14
Yeah.
with a
I
passion.
wish the launcher would close the or reuse the console window. It just keeps
The
opening
log
console
window is
windows.
really annoying, isn't it? It doesn't
Yeah.
go away.
You're not wrong, Vex. Jar modding.
GitHub. I don't want to use the new notifications.
The new notification
don't
thing
like
is actually pretty
chat.
good.
Mantle has errored.
The only
Rip
gripe
on the server.
I'm back, by the way.
Oh, Prague, you're echoing, buddy.
Sorry. I was trying to say something and then my
Mm.
CT isn't working. My only gripe with the new GitHub notification thing is the fact that you can't sort it by organization. It's only by repo.
Okay, restarting the server because Mantle breaks on the client.
For those of us who already started the instance should be fine, right?
If you got in, no, because I've removed the mods. So
You'll find
I
out.
No,
should
it
know.
crashes client side as well, so
Yeah, it just crashed the client on my side. So
yeah.
Yeah, same.
That's a weird error.
so we'll deal with them in a bit.
No such. Oh, it's
This
the
is
same.
why I'm
No,
It's
oh,
probably
just the-
Mantle, not old.
I don't know,
Guard.
very
Yeah, it's the
quickly
same
becoming a
thing.
vintage story convert. Its environment is just so much
Alright, say
more
when, Mr.
promising.
PW.
Well, it's restarting, so you should be able to pull the pack now.
Constructing 92 mods.
Yep.
5 new mods.
Is the publishing task somehow running before re-up? I've never had that issue, but I guess it's theoretically possible.
Occasionally, like the first couple builds for a version we have do this. Like it's a perennial issue, and we never figure out why. But like the first build or two we do for any given Minecraft version of Ticon and Mantle seem to almost always do this. Just why I usually ask Alex to check that they've obfed right.
That is
Because it
odd.
happens all the time.
I didn't check.
It's true, Vex.
That's my fault.
Yeah, I want to at some point.
Yeah,
rebuild
vintage
the
story
template
modding is
again,
C#.
but that involves me finding time to do it.
It's really weird that that's somehow caused by the Jenkins. Like, I don't even know how.
It's an old server.
My only
also
reservations are the ones that Atomic Blom has installed in me, which is that
a wee while ago because it was just getting horrendous.
is that as dedicated as the developers are of Vintage Story, they aren't as
I've had a
they have a lot of
cascading
passion. They
series of
aren't as
projects show up just
technically
the
equipped
time I plan on
as
getting
would
a bunch of
be
DevOps stuff done
ideal.
for Minecraft projects,
But that's
and
why I'm like, hey, Atomic, you could
my God.
you could contribute.
All right, we're in. And Forgecraft is up.
I'm logging in.
I'm gonna reauth.
I'm waiting on the loading screen. There we go.
Hey!
But that's all right. I think over time as well, you know, skill improves and passion helps that. So
I can mine a block instantly. Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, give it.
No one's
Yeah,
allowed to
not
log in
for
now.
long.
No more.
Oh, yeah.
Server full.
Did
it
you
hasn't
want to
yet,
run
Vex.
regen?
That's true.
I don't know.
And when bugs come up, they get squashed. In my
I think we'd
observation so far, but that has been 3 weeks so far.
Actually, the problem anymore. I think there was some entity stuff going on. Because when I was looking at I was spamming a thread dumps, and I couldn't see any real activity for Gen. It was other things that were the problem.
I'm noticing a rubber band when people log in, but other than that, it's pretty solid.
Yeah, it's not all that bad, but I can
Very
see
much
it
a
being, like,
noticeable rubber
turn.
band when people log in, though.
Yeah. There, if you come, whenever you come back out, I put a waste down at our base.
Oh, sweet, you found one?
I found one, so I was like,
Copy, did you see that Tyrant had finally
Ooh.
tracked down the
Ooh, I
bread
like
bug?
the new vein miner.
The dough bug, sorry. It was to do with the guidebook somehow?
I don't think
Usual
Waystones have
copy.
village spawning yet, so
It has a cool a cool overlay of what it's gonna mine too, which is neat.
oh yeah. Oh.
Yeah, when you hold the tilde button, it shows you what.
I
you're gonna
will,
get.
don't worry.
Tilda, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
grave till.
Does it only work on ores?
No.
Okay, when Jared
Oh,
logged in, it
there
wouldn't
it is.
re-highlight anything until after he fully logged in.
Be back in.
That's interesting, Lat. You did like square, like you combined faces. There's no lines.
Yeah.
That's tricky.
I learned
Interesting
very
and
early
it's
on in my professional career, back when I actually used to
cave mining
write
build, I guess.
code myself,
Like a tunnel.
that
Is there a way to make a 3x3?
think.
Or well, actually no, that's fine. That's fine.
going
So
through
is there
a
like a known algorithm
perfect
for
code
defining
base
squares like that?
looks
I use
sexy,
what vanilla does,
but
shapes for.
it's
Oh,
a
right. You can do
it's a
both.
curve, right?
Sure,
It's
I
an
basically use
exponential
both
curve.
and then just-
The sexier code is,
That's pretty clever. That's
the
pretty
longer the amount of time
that's
you
a cool
spend
analysis.
making it sexy, and the less actually
Yeah,
gets done.
I'm getting some breathing. I'm not sure who it is. Just someone is hot micing.
I hope it's not me.
It is not. I know you religiously use
probably
push to
be.
talk.
I might have actually breathed out. I don't know. Like,
I
The problem though is
usually
I'm not
talk,
hearing
but
it, so
was
that's
stuck
what makes
for
me
some
think it's
reason.
me.
right. You sure it's not your headset?
I have like monitor headphones on. I can hear everything.
So when I vein mine, is that like destroying my hunger?
Yeah, probably.
It's 4 times.
Hey, Grid Monkey, how you doing?
normal block mine, I think.
So you can see GC's not really a problem. We've
So
got
it's a
all this
it's
other
a
stuff that's
constant
problem.
extra hunger, or is it based on how many you break?
I don't know how many break.
So
Like per
each-
block.
So that's why I have a lot of
4 times
faith
more
in
than
passionate passionate
okay,
programmers, because passionate programmers, even though they may not know everything right off the bat, they're just eager to get
Traditionally,
something
that's how vein
working.
miner works. It's a hunger.
Oh, I
It's
didn't
not
know.
noticeable, like.
Yeah, it's like vein mining a lot would like wreck your hunger. I don't know if that
Yeah.
matches what normal it is, but it's about right.
I don't know what the normal is actually. I just.
It's just
No,
that
but it sounds about right to me.
All it would do is
glaring
simulate you actually eating
efficiency
just
problems
crazy
should be
block.
taken care of.
I already found that you have the
Oh.
same bug that vanilla
Case in
does, which
point,
isn't really your
a
fault.
game to look at for
I
that
let
particular
go until the
issue is Starbound.
server realizes I broke the block. It doesn't work. It's just lag. Not much. you
Like
can do about it.
Starbound is just the perfect example of quantity over quality.
I think a different mod for grass, like also
That game runs like shite, and it has no reason to.
for other blocks.
Hey, Dyer, I found more silverfish up here.
I'm coming out of the mining cave, Soren.
that's where the silverfish are.
Why are you causing problems? You're on your own there, buddy. I'm out of here.
Okay. Bye. I'm just mining a different way.
Man, everybody got to add their own basalt and whatever.
I always worry about
Step off.
When I came out of the cave, that mossy wasteland.
programmers
looked like
getting
a creeper for a
interested
second.
in really like
Like, you
indie
come out of that cave and tell me that doesn't look like a creeper.
languages
Since I handle
and
silverfish, they don't go hiding.
environments.
There
Like
was a lot
rust
of
and
other
amethyst.
going on in that cave as
Right.
well.
CVW
There's
and
a-
changed them.
Because
It's the
my experience has been that those kind of
So
like
many silverfish.
those code bases or
Keep coming.
environments end up losing the development
If you're
behind them,
watching my stream right now,
and then the people who are
this is
relying on it
rather
get trapped.
nice.
For those who are not,
Oh, it, like,
Gigahertz.
it basically displays profiling data in like online website.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's really good.
don't worry, Dyer. I'm bringing up to you.
What'd you do,
Oh,
Soren?
yeah.
What'd you do?
I can't
So that's my only
TPS me, but
concern
literally
when it
hit
comes
one at a time.
to your dreams copy.
One
But I'm sure you're a big girl and can make your own
I
decisions.
don't know if it's TPS this way. It's just the NCs are not moving very fluidly.
So, what the heck is it doing? Gigahertz, are you on my stream or on here?
Nah, he's asleep.
I see it. I see it.
He's asleep with the flu.
Oh,
What
Yeah, that
is
definitely looks like a
happening?
creeper, Dyer.
Oh,
what the
Oh.
heck is going on
I
here?
found Dire and
it
Soren's
must be
base.
all those orbs.
Yeah, they're eating huge amounts of servotic.
Yeah.
Like
I-
25% of all
So-
servotic is
No,
essence
so I'm-
entity.
So it might be the fact that I don't really know how he does it, but I know that he. We were talking the other day, and he told me that all of his like the orb stuff are Thailand.
Oh, really?
No, this is
But
No,
not
just
Taylor.
this is entities, essence entities. See here.
It's
And
not
then it's
the
ticking mobs.
cocoons, it's the little floating things in the sky.
It's the floating sky orbs, I think, isn't it?
Oh.
Gotta be.
So it's like what the firefly.
It's lunchtime, guys.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Illuminations.
I should go and have my break, and I'll be back in 1 hour.
Weird that they're not particles, but I guess you can interact with them.
In the meantime, we are gonna send y'all to someone.
Derives from mob entity.
Let's see who is on the Twitches.
It's being ticked with other entities. If you see the stack coming from.
I'm sure if no one else, we can just send you to Direwolf.
The only problem with Spark is it doesn't do reverse.
We'll send you to Wild.
You can't look at a method and then see the callback chain.
Yeah, let's send you to Wild. Okay, so
I don't want to like get sniped.
It's true.
but I'll be back in an hour, and you can trot back on over when you're ready, and
that's just a big chunk of what any entity.
and I'll be here.
Yep, it is.
Having been at my
I
lunch.
think it's probably a volume issue. I think it's a lot of them.
There are probably an awful lot. I don't know.
We're not getting invocation counts, so there's really no way to know.
So Tara,
Why don't you
fun
just
thing.
do Forge entity list?
Hey folks, I'm gonna go on lunch for an hour, and I'll be back.
Sorry, Soren, go ahead.
Yes, I found the place where I wanted my base to be.